You're on. Motherfucker. Get out of my bug eyes, bitch. With respect.
Ring ringing hello simps and virgins.
Motherfucker!
And welcome back to Krown's magical Stevie Wonder cake.
How dare you? How dare you insult everyone here? Oh my lord, it's a lovely Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday. What day? What day is it actually? It is actually Wednesday according to my computer, and I'm gonna go with that right now. Holy fucking moly, we got 346 likes on this video, and it just started. It just fucking started, baby. And holy, my googly moogly is blown away right now as we have a new all-time high on likes, I think, before the video starts yet again. You guys are fucking savages is what this is, and I want to welcome all the new people here as well. Please excuse my very disrespectful girlfriend over there, but she just doesn't know what she says. She's Finnish, and in Finnish that's like a term of endearment essentially. So with that in mind, I would like to So with that in mind, I would like to wish you the best and the happiest as always, and a nice little happy and healthy start to this Wednesday morning over here. Again, from a very dark and dreary Helsinki, Finland. And let's get into it right now, starting off with the Krown chain application, which can be found at app.krownchain.net. And what do we see on the top end dashboard? We still see the Fear and Greed Index is pretty much stuck at a 73 to 74 read over the past week or so now. And Bitcoin, again, is, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, at all-time highs. We have new all-time high closing prices, just about all higher term timeframes that matter. And the market is not getting super greedy as of right now, which is a more or less good sign for the long term, actually. Bitcoin dominance over here is operating about 43.5%. So we did see another leg down on this one. So I actually should take a look at that relatively soon, because it might just be negating what I'm looking for the very long term, which would be rather embarrassing. Let me turn off the alerts for the time being. Oopsies, whoopsies, and there we go. And let's see what we got on the top 10 best coins for the last 24 hours. We got Loopring, Arweave, Maker, CryptoCoin, Solana once again, and Ravencoin, Polygon, Secret, XRP, and XRP is on there. Hey, not bad. And AVAX, Avalanche, right there going on, which is looking all well and good. Altcoins having a very, very nice last 24 hours. And Bitcoin too, you might say, as Bitcoin does test up above 64,000 bucks, now operating just about 1,000 bucks below at 6.3. Anyways, more importantly, what do we see over here on all of the market data tabs? Any of the underlying market dynamics? Well, again, some very, very important things. I mean, the global open interest rate continues to crawl upwards and onwards. We are pretty much right at all-time highs yet again. And the leverage ratio right on over here is at all-time highs right now. And this is combined yet again with the global funding rate, which is, just 0.024%, which is very comparable to what we saw on a very similar setup actually literally 1 year ago, actually, going back to early November of 2020, right on over here. Now, funding rates were actually a decent amount above where we're at right now, but rather comparable, I would say. Between about 0.04 and 0.02, we are kind of in the midst of that at 0.24 on the global scale. More importantly, the global leverage ratio was very comparable to what we were seeing back in those times as well. And again, these data pieces are incomplete with just themselves. It needs to be matched up with obviously price action, which matters most, and then of course flow analysis as well, which we can speak about very briefly right here. Of which, yet again, for the I think now 11th day in a row, I think it's about 11 days in a row now, we see a net short of perps at 108. Jeez. Hey, can you not? Jesus Christ. 109.5 billion right there, which is again suggesting that the shorts are being a lot more aggressive than the longs. Again, this is not shorts versus long, this is market positions. So market positions does imply that people are being a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more desperate in some cases as well. And when matching this up with price action, we can essentially say that the majority of these shorts are underwater right now, as the majority of these positions were put on when Bitcoin broke below about 62,000 bucks, which was a little bit more than a week ago now, I think, somewhere around that time. So the majority of these are essentially squeezable, as those are leverage positions, and that does mean that there will be some pain points above if people so feel it. So with that in mind, I think it's time to go into the actual pricing charts themselves, because we need to now verify this with actual levels and whatnot. Where are these pain points essentially at? And so we'll start it off right on over here, and I want to take the same chart that we had from yesterday, of which, yes, we actually did see the top side of the 63,700 region taken out right here, and we're getting our first pullback from there. That is actually completely fine. I look at this as still an actionable setup here, to be quite honest with you, especially as long as Bitcoin's above about 62,400. And I'd even go as far as saying it's still available as long as you're above about 62,000 bucks, even if you want to be a little more on the conservative side. Again, this is being based off of the current short-term time frame, and obviously all higher-term time frames uptrends, as we do see 1, 2, 3 count them higher lows, and we just got our higher high right there. So yes, first move is a pullback, just to if you are familiar with price action trading, just selling off this this prior sell sell-off right here from, what was it, 19th to 21st of October. Yep, that is to be expected. But if this is going to hold to fruition, and I am still looking for the measure move of this to play out alongside the underlying market dynamics, but suggesting that a lot of shorts are trapped right here, then, well, I wouldn't be expecting realistically anywhere below about 62,400 on a 4-hour closure in this case. Again, if you want to be super conservative, I'd say $62,000 even. However, I think that would be a little bit more concerning if Bitcoin does start to come back down below there. So I would say that it would be a failure, in this case, a swing failure below those regions, and very likely imply at minimum another test down to $60,000 territory, with another small bounce implied there. However, I do not think that things would stop there. If that were to happen, I would be looking for this one to trade back down, very likely to the $58,000 lows. Another small bounce there implied yet again, and then probably does find its way all the way down to the $55,000 to $56,500 region right here. Again, that is well and far away right now, but I do want to overlay conditions for this, because what we're going to talk about next is actually, well, I think going to supersede everything else, as I am essentially looking for that move that we spoke about yesterday, which I believe that we've seen the first initial showing of it, if you will. Now, what is this being based off of? Well, mostly BBWP, which is our volatility based indicator on the daily right here, which is actually getting its first little tick up today, actually. However, more importantly, we are within the low single-digit percentiles right here. So expansion is extremely likely, and I would say that I actually do think that this move is probably going to happen, or really start to get going, if you will, today. I think at latest it's going to be the end of this week, but very likely today. Now, there is one counterpoint to all of this. We have a new moon tonight, I think, which is the bearish component of the moon. So perhaps if that matters to you, well, that would be rather concerning. But I do think that there are several more other things that I would probably put a little more faith in, at least personally speaking. Of course, you make the decisions for yourself. But what do we have over here? Well, daily has hidden bullish divergence confirmed, and we are right around the edge of the bullish control zone today. So if we do see any sort of a closure inside the bullish control zone, that'd be the next sort of, short-term step to see a general continuation to that. What is it going to be? Next short-term target to the upside would be about 65,500, and realistically, the full measure move was, I believe, somewhere just around $67,000, perhaps even just slightly on a new high as well, which can obviously bleed into the higher-term timeframes here too. But let's just pair this up with momentum oscillators over here as well on the daily Stokes. This is CME, by the way. This is CME, and CME will actually turn to the upside and hold within the bullish control zone. More importantly, with any sort of a closure today above $62,000. So I would say that $62,000 is a really good pivot right there. Personally speaking, I do think that 62, I think it was 400 on spot price action, does hold a lot of weight as well. I guess you could look at that as more of a warning flag, and then $62,000 is like the real one. Personally speaking, I would not feel comfortable below $62,400. But then again, I don't know. Maybe someone's listening to this, and maybe they want to hunt out those positions, perhaps. Anyways, more importantly with this chart actually speaks volumes right here, or volatility, perhaps is better said, as we did see again volatility curtail this whole way down as Stokes essentially as momentum turned down as well. So with volatility coming down, and with Stokes coming down and momentum oscillator, so momentum plus volatility into our higher low right here. Again, I still do have a very long-term bullish bias on this. Actually, all higher term timeframes are trending to the upside right now, and volatility expansion coming off these lows right here alongside momentum would suggest to the upside, again, alongside daily hidden bullish evidence on RSI. And then if we go over here to our secondary chart, again, I want to remind myself that on the bi-monthly, we didn't just close on new all-time highs, which also happened on the monthly and weekly as well. And I believe daily too, but we are trending above the topside Bollinger Band yet again. So that does imply, well, trend continuation, as we do have by definition a new high on this. So this is going to be a higher high. We already have our higher low right here. So it is a continuation of trend. We have volatility expansion on the daily, which we just looked at it from two different angles, the BBWP and also HVP. And then we also have momentum going on the same side with the daily Stokes as well, presumably on CME. Now, of course, spot price action has already had that happen, rejecting the bearish control zone right here. But at the end of the day, I do put more weight on CME. In this case, either which way, I kind of like to set up regardless of that. Let's go check out 12-hour here on CME specifically as well. It's going to be nice and straight, a straight girthy green dildo to the upside, as well as long as above 61,150. So that's not really relevant anytime soon. What about the 4-hour over here? Actually crisscrossing down. So 64.5 going to be the magical number on that one. And hourly is actually all the way down there at 63,500 or so. Now keep in mind that CME does have about a $300 premium over spot price price action right now. And more importantly, if we go to the other higher term timeframes, I wonder if they're going to be flipping back up anytime soon. Buy daily would be flipping back up above 64.5. I'm curious if spot price action is the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. 64.800 actually. Is that closing tonight? It is not actually, so not relevant for tonight. And what about the 5-day here? Yeah, 5-day is, well, looking more or less fine. So I'll just hold off on saying anything more on that. Now, do we have time? All right, I kind of want to talk about something that's very long term here. I don't know. Do we have time on this one? Maybe I save this for a weekend video because I do want it to be a little bit more directed. But it's basically speaking towards the length of the cycle and kind of what to expect with that. So basically, boiling it down into a 2-second sound bit. You know, as long as Bitcoin is above, let's call it 62,400, good. I'm just looking for another higher low somewhere right around here in continuation of current trend, as we do have our higher highs and higher lows as of yesterday, and targets generally speaking back up to 65.5 for the for the short term, over the next day and a half, and then very likely back around the prior time high in this case, as we do have a measure move from this whole, hey, stop that, that's not the one, from this whole segment over here, which would be pointed towards actually just ever so slightly new highs at about 7,500 or so. Obviously that could bleed into other higher term timeframes and imply targets much higher. In fact, what we should do right now, as we do have a bit of an obvious consolidation going on right here, we could pull a bit of a fib extension, and yes, we do see the one spot 414 aligns with the 65.5 level right there. Beautiful. Do have something at the $6,000 level right here, so perhaps that is worth being cognizant of. I don't necessarily see it myself, but fair enough. I do suspect that would generate some interest. And then more importantly, the 2-spot extension aligning with this measure move right here. And then of course, a breakout above there, which I wouldn't say it's going to happen the same day, but perhaps over time, if we do see this continuation first and foremost, again, based off of all the signals that we were looking at priorly, then I would be looking basically around 70,000 bucks at that point, and probably beyond over time as well, as that's where really the macro scale is going to take over. And, we already kind of have looked at the macro scale a million goddamn times, but, I guess the millionth and first time is even better because, generally be looking towards $85,000 to $100,000. This is not happening anytime soon. This is a fucking bi-monthly chart right here. So I think at soonest it would happen end of year, probably more reasonable to be looking early Q1 2022. Again, assuming that we get all of this continuation conditions. But I do want to address one thing. If you do come from the price action thought of trading, no. If you come from the price action school of trading, yeah. You probably do look at this, at least from a monthly standpoint, as, you would actually probably be looking at this potential sell-off right here. Fair enough. I do want to state that if Bitcoin were to break below your $58,000 level, I do think that max down is probably somewhere around about 50, 55, 56 or so. Don't think that Bitcoin would do really too much more than that, but I would keep an open mind. Again, should also denote that weekly Jewel is keeping its positive curvature. Got the signal last week, or sorry, this would actually be 2 weeks ago. Apologies. Yeah, 2 weeks ago right here, and continuing with it more importantly, and holding within a more bullish posturing overall. So I do like that for another drive here. And, if I had to call it right now, yes, I do think that Bitcoin does continue onwards and forwards from here. I even think that this move very likely, even the short-term move, very likely even happens today based off of BBWP on our medium and higher term timeframes, namely the daily, and I believe was it 12 hours as well? Yeah, the 12 hours as well right here, which is literally all the way down at about just above 1 percentile right now. So a move is imminent, dare I say, and this is a very emergency move right now. Again, I just don't really have any major bearish thing to be speaking about, especially as long as you're above 62,000 bucks. Personally speaking, I'd say 62,400 in this case. Short-term pullbacks are very likely just that, but always have to keep an open mind. And looking at the hourly right here, I don't know, are we putting a higher low, kind of where we're at right now? Perhaps yes. Again, BBWP on the floor, so we contracted into this little formation right here. And now I'm struggling to find any time frame hourly or above that has anything resembling a downtrend. All of the time frames are trending to the upside, so I do put the most weight on that above everything else, and kind of fitting all the puzzle pieces together between the short term, medium term, long term, and macro. Dare I say it, I am fucking bullish, I suppose. Anyways, at the end of the day, be aware of where those inflection points are. Be aware of where the invalidations are, and then we'll move on from there. So all good. Anyways, let me turn on the alerts now. There we go. Lovely. Huh. Oh wow, I just looked at the. Oh my god, my hair is a mess as usual. Oh, should I put on the hat? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, what's up, Justin Young? I see you over there, man. Hey, what's up? Holy shit, 420. Miguel, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Crystalia, there he is. Yes, we changed the name of the channel, made it a little more personal. I understand that some people are a little bit not so happy with that, but we'll grow with this one together. Mr. Filson, there he is. School of Thought on Trading. Yes, there we go. Struggling with my words today. Unfortunately, I did not get a perfect night of sleep. I think it's because I haven't been going to the gym ever since I got my surgery, because I'm advised not to, and I think that that's kind of needed in order to I don't know, get the old circadian rhythm back on track. Oh man, hey, holy shit, who do I see over there? What's up, Charles Fox? I see you, brother. Haha, there he is, brother. Mind Evo, there he is as well. Holy shit. Got some old names in here. This is good. This is very good. And of course, 1231. I recognize you, sir. I recognize you indeed. Just trying to search a few out right here. Tony Johnson's definitely recognize that one. Micah. What's up, man? Good morning to you. And I think, oh, it's huge ass titties. Huge ass titties, just like Danny McBride would say. All right, beautiful. Let's see what we got on the comments over here. Space Nectar. Related to maybe Base Nectar. I have to know the remix of that Bulls on Parade. It's by Team Awesome, actually. So you can just search it up on YouTube right there, and you can have it to listen to whenever you desire, sir. Huge ass titty says, Ford long term, sure, man. So long term to me in Stockland means like monthly and above. And well, let's see where we're at right now. Monthly, good. I think that this is the one, and I believe that we did call a macro reversal on this one, like well back on over here, and I think I'd be sticking with that. Now, to be fair, you are right at the area that you would be expecting a bit of a short-term pullback if you're going to get one. I suspect you might have actually already gotten that. Yeah, you did already get that one. So sold off right here, immediate rebuy back on the gap and lift off. I think that this one's actually ready to rock and roll, man. Wow. Okay, hold on. We should probably go to a higher term time frame than this, just in case, just to see. What about the bi-monthly? Pretty fucking good right there. Volatility is already very, very high. That would be my major counterpoint to this one actually breaking out right here, right now. But as far as moving averages go, as far as trend goes, and as far as momentum goes, that does say that the breakout is actually happening right in front of our very faces, and long-term target up to $32 is available. Now, that is very long-term, obviously. There's certainly going to be an invalidation on that, and that would be below about 13 and 20 on a monthly in this case. But again, you did specifically ask about, the very long-term in this case. So I suppose I would treat it as a breakout here. I mean, this is good. What about a quarterly? Let's just see. How's a quarterly looking like? Quarterly is pretty damn good as well. This could very well be it. Yeah. Hey, not bad, man. Not bad for Ford, actually. Legio, there he is. What's up, man? Algo, any time frames? Okay. All right, this is Algo, right? Yep, I believe so. It is indeed. And let's see where we're at on this one. Well, probably quarterly is not too useful right there. Yeah, I mean, this one's baking it up yet again. I think that we did do a video on this one yesterday, so I will hold off on recording another one for it today. I still like it. Again, as long as this one's above 175, I play it to the upside. It's just, I suspect that it consolidates a little bit longer. You do see that volatility is still starting kind of contracting right here. So as long as that's happening, I don't think that there's any like a major threat of a breakout or a breakdown just yet. Maybe another few days into early next week if this one wants to fill out a little bit more. Resolution to the upside still above 210. Resolution to the downside below about 175. To the downside on a resolution, I would be looking for big moves down to like 140, 150 region, maybe even more. To the upside, we have a measure move all the way up to, in this case, new all-time highs at 3.5 to 360 or so. I would be a lot more biased towards the upside, again, just based off of trend in this case, and this is a bullish reaccumulation formation here. So dare I say, a little bit more likely to break out to the upside. What's up, Micah? Mana 4-hour daily? Yeah, sure, man. Let's do Mana again. This one's been so popular, and I suppose, well, it's been moving. It's been moving, baby. It's been fucking moving, huh? All right, let's record this one. Here we have Decentraland, symbol MANA, versus the dollar. And what do we have here? A bit of a consolidation range after a phenomenally impressive run. Now, I believe we looked at this one yesterday and we did say sideways is a little bit likely here, but long term, still looking for some upside actually. This is a very, very powerful move. The volume on that last breakout is, speaking volumes, to use a bad alliteration, but more importantly with that, that does imply that this move very likely does get continuation after a bit of a short-term consolidation right here. So short-term consolidation range between about 260 to the downside versus 363 to the upside. If you do break below about 260 to the downside, I would be looking for a move somewhere down around here at about 220 or so, and very likely a low gets put in there. Long term, I'm still bullish on it, obviously. Just want to see it actually close on a 4-hour dildo back above about 362. In that case, I would be looking for a general short-term move back up to about $5, maybe a short-term pushback right there. But ultimately, I would be looking for the long term to reach up somewhere around about $5.50. And that's what I kind of expect the next like major consolidation long term. I'm just curious what it looks like from this angle over here, just to see if anything starts suggesting that maybe it breaks out sooner rather than later. Although again, I do think that this one does take a little bit more time. Daily momentum turns back up above basically 420, so a great number right there. Dare I say it's at best it trades a little more sideways here. Weekly, still really, really long-term good. Will cross to the upside with any sort of a closure at end of week on Sunday above 262, and 4-hour is actually turning down below $3. So again, short term, a bit more sideways here. Whether it drops down a little bit more or not, I don't have a strong opinion on. My strong opinion is on the 362 level to the upside and long term continuation on this one. I would only invalidate the long term bullishness on this with a daily closure below about $2 in this case. This is one of the strongest movers that we've seen in the last week or so. So I do want to be very respectful of that. And there you go for Decentraland. Nice, man. Cool. What's up, Gemini Athlete? Mad at 4-hour and 2-day. Okay, we can do that. Let me follow up on this one. I don't think I put up a video on this one yesterday, so we can do it again today. Let's do it. Let's do it then. All right, here we have Polygon symbol MATIC, M-A-T-I-C versus the dollar. And we have what seems to be a continuation of the breakout that we identified from, I think, like a week and a half ago. It was either on my channel or on Elio's channel, of which, well, we still do have a measure move available on this after the perfect retest actually of the breakout trend line at about 176. Which is pointed up a lot further north, pretty much to just ever so slightly new all-time highs at around $3, or just under $3 in this case. I am more or less bullish on this one on all higher term timeframes as long as you are above this same pivot, 176 on a spike low, or on a closing basis about 185, it looks like. Looking at the daily right here, I'm just looking at continuation. Again, volatility is still expanding, and I judge that from the moving average, not from the actual BBWP itself. And in that case, it does still retain its positive curvature. Just want to see it actually maintain above 50 percentile. That would look really, really good for the next leg. 12-hour is just confirming another higher low right here. I mean, that looks really, really good. Again, this higher low coming in on declining volatility. I just want to see that tick up on this next move past the current high of the rally. 4-hour, same thing. It already did it. Contracts all the way in here and then boom, spike up. And what do we have? We have a bit of a short-term range, obviously. That range being between about 212 and a half, and the same low side that we just identified on the daily. Now, if we do start to see 4-hour delta closures above that 212.5 or 213 region, I would be looking for, just a general sideways and up around that measure move. There likely will be one more short-term pullback area along the way. That would be somewhere around about 2.5 or 245 or so. But long term, I still like it, obviously. Weekly is not bearish, is the technical term for this. In fact, maybe fucking bullish. And by the way, that measure move also directly in line with the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. Long term, this thing can probably run, but I would be expecting that, assuming that even gets to $3 to begin with, if you're going to be looking at the more deep targets over time, that's probably going to be like months and months away. So I don't think it's too relevant right now. Perhaps we go look at it over here as well, just to see. Just to see if consolidation on the short-term time frame is more likely, if this one wants to trend like again right now. 4-hour Stokes remain to the upside with volatility pointing in the same direction as long as above $2. Okay, good. Daily will pop back up above 209. All right, so that is within striking distance today, but technically not above right now. And 12 hours actually freshly crossing up as long as we're above about $2 as well. So $2 does seem to be a nice little short-term pivot. As long as you're above there, yeah, I suppose it does have a threat of continuation to new highs on this rally. I suppose from today, again, I do believe that today for Bitcoin specifically, you're probably looking at the move if it's going to happen. I think at latest at end of the week. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for MATIC. Nice one, man. We didn't actually even look at the 2-day, but more of the same. I don't have anything to add on to this, man. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, okay. So you just want to flex on him, sir. Elsa's flexing on you with her keyboard, apparently. Diamond Black Exterior says, "Hey Krown, can you check out ANKR on the hourly and daily?" Sure. Okay. All right, ANKR. I think we looked at this one, was it yesterday? Yeah, sloppy altcoin right here, but does look like the breakout is real. I don't really have any... let me see. Yeah, we did look at this one. Maybe not yesterday because these are old trend lines, but they're still actually relevant. This area right here, obviously. And then long term, still looking somewhere right around... probably somewhere right around there to be quite fair. I'm bullish on this one, man. As long as above about 12 and 30 cents. 12 cents spot 30. Below there, I do look for another correction down to about 10 and a quarter or so. Long term though, dare I say this is probably it, man. Again, very similar chart to what we saw in Matic. Just Matic is a little bit more mature within that future trajectory. So I would be kind of saying the same thing over here. Short-term time frames bullish as long as you're above about 11.5 cents, let's say. Short-term, just a little bit of an uptrend right here. Just want to see something like this essentially emerge, and then yeah, you actually even have a bit of a little bit of a reaccumulation formation again. Probably looking for a move somewhere around, I'd guess, your May highs, which is about 21 cents. See if that holds to fruition. Yep, actually, yeah, these spike highs right here, so not bad. Still long-term good, man, I suppose. Anyways, you did ask about an hourly, which I did not even look at. Just short-term consolidation. Wouldn't mind another move down to like 12 and a half, but as long as you're above there, it's just another higher low. Cool. Matthew Bund wants to look at SRM on the daily and weekly, and thank you, man. So this is Serum, and if I'm thinking right, which I don't know if I am, this is another Sam coin, of which I'm generally just bullish on all of them. Long fucking Sam, man. All right, let's record this one. Here we have Serum, symbol SRM versus the dollar. And what do we have right here? We have another one of these more matured consolidations, it looks like. And I do suspect that this one's actually getting ready to move, I think, within the next day or so. This one's looking pretty damn good. So we'll do the daily range on this one. I wouldn't necessarily get like too excited about a daily breakout as long as you're below about 962. But this one is starting to turn the corner right here, and moving averages are switching into a bullish posturing, and momentum has already turned up, and a pretty damn good signal on the daily jewel here as well. I do actually really like that. So dare I say that probably is going to move in this case. And in fact, BBWP would say very likely so. We'll say that as you do see that the BBWP is actually above the moving average now. So expansion incredibly likely. I'd probably be looking for a move to the top side of the range first, somewhere around about 9.25 to 9.5. Above 9.5, that's when this one does look like an actual major breakout. At that point, targeting prior highs from early September is very likely, and probably long-term continuation after that. Just curious what this current consolidation is looking like right here from a Fibonacci extension standpoint. Yeah, the 1618 is right around your current highs. Long term, on a break of your highs at 12.5 bucks, I'd be looking for moves towards your deep teens, probably somewhere around $20, but that is months away, I'd expect. For right now, bullish AF as long as you're above about 6.25, and that'd be my validation for daily bullishness. Below 6.25, I look for a major correction down to 4.25. I don't necessarily think that's what's happening, but that would be my condition for that. And hopefully that was helpful, man. So there you go. Nice one, man. Sushi Yum Yum says sushi. Yeah, we could do sushi. You want to look at some sushi? Elsa wants to eat some damn sushi. We walked like fucking. Elsa wanted to go to like this really fucking specific sushi place the other day. Why you might ask? Because it's the best. Yeah, it's fucking grocery store sushi. I don't know why. I don't get it. It's not. Okay, well, fair enough. Anyways, let's record this one too. This one's actually rather interesting right here. Here we have sushi versus the dollar. And we have another one of these charts that's been setting up for a very long time here. So let's actually pull up our volatility indicators, as I want to be looking at this right here. And what do you know? It is starting to really expand from basically single-digit percentiles, and more importantly, get above the moving average with the positive slope right there. And what do you know? We do have 1, 2, 3 count them higher lows alongside daily jewel, giving off a pretty decent signal right there, I would say. So in this case, obviously long-term bullishness would be invalidated below about 9.25. Medium-term bullishness would be invalidated below about 11 and 30. Do I think that that's necessarily happening right now? No, I'm biased towards the upside right here, and probably looking for a general continuation, very short-term to like 13.5, but realistically somewhere around about 14.5 to the prior high of middle of September at about 15.5. That's the area that I'd really be watchful of, because it would, if sushi does start to take this area out, that's kind of like the more exciting area, at least in my opinion, as I'd be looking for moves towards prior all-time highs in this case. And at that point, do we just see this one grind upwards and onwards from there like the rest of the market? Probably yes. Fibonacci extensions do say that's 21 and a quarter to 25 and a half likely after a break of your middle of September highs. Long term, well, you can look at the numbers right there. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate right now, but I'm just curious to see where momentum is right here as well on sushi, and then come up with the old narrative for this one. 2-day Stokes are popping back up above 1169, so looking good right there. Daily is also above 1189, nice, and 5-day is freshly popping up above 1075. Okay, dare I say it? Probably bias towards the upside here. Many things in this market looking like that, and sushi is no different. So short-term, medium-term, and long-term all looking good. 4 hours seems to me like just put another high low right here, just below $12. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for sushi versus the dollar. Nice one, man. Cool. Hey, Jack, there he is. All right, man. Let's go look at your Ethereum Bitcoin. Yeah, man. So I believe yesterday we were like, okay, this is looking good here. Well, the narrator says, and it was. Yeah, man, pretty fucking good right there. I do expect that this one does essentially just continue onwards and upwards from here. Over the next 5 to 10 days, I'm probably looking for moves back around your prior range highs for like the greater scale of things. Still can't get too excited about this thing long term, as long as you're below, your 7.8 million Satoshi region. However, it's very difficult to not look at this at this one is likely to, probably over the next 2 to 3 months, work its way back up somewhere around 0.01 over time. I mean, this is fucking powerful right there. I mean, it is just one massive ascending triangle now, isn't it? So long term, it is, well, I would say bullish, as long as you're especially above 7 million Satoshis, but even above 6.5 million Satoshis right now, as that trend line does continue to rise upwards and onwards. I'm curious what the measure move would be here. I'm imagining it's probably around your prior highs or around that 0.1 region. So let's see. Yeah, actually just below it, in fact. Might as well just be right around there. So overall good, man. I don't really have anything better to say about it. If you're going down to the short-term timeframes, I would be short-term, concerned if it comes back down below about 7.05 million Satoshis. That would be kind of my line in the sand for short-term bullishness. Probably looking for a deeper pullback after that, maybe down to 6.8, 6.9 million Satoshis. Until that happens, though, man, I think that this is the move probably, at least for the short and medium-term timeframes, for a continuation back up somewhere around your prior highs. And then we'll see if this one actually really does want to break out on the macro scale. But, all timeframes looking good. Looking very, very good right there, man. Nice one, sir. Nice one. Very nice indeed. Jezzy Zell says, your intro cartoons are god. Thanks, man. It's a guilty pleasure for myself as well. I absolutely fucking love it, man. It's very near and dear to my heart. A good friend made it. S Fund Crypto, daily, and anything other, any other time frame that might be relevant. Okay, S Fund. Not something that I think I've ever seen before. So it's this, Cetify. Okay. All right. What could this be? Well, it ain't bad on the daily, to be fair. Not a whole hell of a lot of history here. But again, it's market analysis over individualistic analysis. And this one's already, making all-time highs. The question is, are we seeing another higher low being put in pretty much right here at about 684, 685? I do think so, actually. But more importantly, that does offer up an invalidation condition just below it, essentially. So below it, I do look for another correction down to about $6 or so, and probably try for a higher low there. Until that condition happens, I'm looking at this one as trending on all time frames. 4 hour looks like another higher low to me, and I would be calling another breakout to new highs above about 835 or so. In this case, probably looking at a move somewhere around, just doing some bad mental math, but probably around $10, go for the round even psychological number. Again, be aware of the invalidation point, but for right now, this is all well and good, and this is kind of like the market conditions that you're looking for if you want to be a little bit more on the Bula-ish side, I suppose. Ryan G, there he is. All right, XRP. Yeah, we haven't looked at XRP in like a week now, so hey, not bad, not bad. It moved. It moved. Holy shit, it moved. Yeah, let's record this one too for the XRP army right there. All right, XRP army, we have XRP versus the dollar here, and I think this is the one. So we've been preparing for this setup for the last couple weeks here now, and now it looks like it's coming to fruition as we do see volatility starting to rise off the floor. We actually got to 0 percentile for multiple days in a row. More importantly, it does have a positive slope and above the moving average. And well, momentum on daily jewels looking good here as well. So I do, well, dare I say it, dare I indeed say it, but I do think that this is the one, very likely working its way up towards about $1.30 or so. There is an invalidation on this one, of course, and I think we actually need to go down here in order to get it. Yeah, in this case, not going to be too scientific on this one, but I would pick out 112 as an invalidation, meaning that I would be no longer bullish on the medium and higher term timeframes. I'd be looking for another correction. Not that I necessarily think that that's what's happening. I think that this one's probably pulling through the corner here. Weekly, good. Weekly's just fucking good, man. You know, this one very likely does make a move towards 131 or 132, whatever it ends up being. I'd like to see an actual closure above there on a daily, and then I would extend targets towards your April highs, essentially, which is, you know, $1.60 to a $1.90 actually. After that, well, probably need to look at the monthly. I mean, this is one fucking long accumulation right here, man. This is one long accumulation. You might even call this a cup and handle. Technically speaking, it actually does fit the bill. I don't trust these too much in cryptocurrency land, but well, it is there, so we might as well just do it and see what's up. That would be pointing towards, on an actual monthly closure, above about 150 towards $3 again. So a little bit below $3, but that would look really, really good on the monthly, obviously. Let's see what it looks like over here, just out of curiosity. Okay, all right. Yeah, 5-day Stokes are about to pop back up with any sort of closure above 116, 117, so that'd look really, really good, but that's not happening today or tomorrow. Over the weekend, actually. And daily remains the upside as long as above 109, so we're clean 10 cents above that right now. And 2 days about to freshly cross up, not today, but tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time with any sort of a closure above 112 and a quarter. So, yes, I am biased towards the upside. Be aware of the invalidations, but looking good, man. Looking good. And there you go. There's also been some people asking about my my testnet account. Yeah, I still have it. Still running it over here, actually. I pretty much have more or less all the same positions. I'll remove my face for a second just so that you can actually see them. But what am I doing? Okay, so I'm still holding the $33,000 long right here. That worked out rather well. Looks like obviously all my October options have expired now, and I'm just holding just long calls essentially. So I got I got a 30 lot of the $6,000 call strike long, which are now in the money, obviously, and then I got the $68,000 call strike 20 lot long. Which are actually doing all right there. So the account, more importantly, which started out, I think, okay, so it was definitely more than 10 Bitcoin when it started out, but it was less than 15. So I'm just going to go with the average. I'm going to say 13. I think I'm pretty sure it was actually like 12 and a half, but we'll just say 13 to kind of mark to the middle there. Well, now doing pretty damn well. So this has been onwards and going for the last, I think we started this in June or July. So let's just say July, August, September, October. Yeah, so about 4 months now. And this is just the name of the game with options. It's like nice and steady, nice and slow, and just let the account build. And now everything is realized except for these long calls over here. Well, and obviously the long stock. But yeah, you know, this is kind of the name of the game with the options, right? It's, you know, just slowly building it up. You know, let those ranges work for you. And when there is a time to buy some volatility, buy some fucking volatility, which is actually, well, now. But I've had these positions on for a while now, so I actually got some really, 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 really good prices on those. And cool, yeah. So I'll just put back on my stupid face, and we can get back into the comments now, if you happen to give a fuck. Anyways, what else do we have over here? Serperator. Hey, Serperator, what's up, man? Holy shit. Great to see your channel growing, Krown. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been quite the ride, man. And I definitely know that you are an OG of the OGs. So it's really, really cool to see like the guys who have been here for you know, over the years, essentially. It's just, I don't know, man. It's magical. Could you look at Mara on the daily weekly? Yes. So this is a Bitcoin miner. Which we expect Bitcoin miners to be doing well alongside Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's going to be doing well. And what do you know? We do have a macro reversal right here, which we identified, I believe, coming out of this space over here. We got the silver cross in the monthly. This reversal was done on volume, and so that's a change of behavior. And we have a low right here, or we have a high right here, we have a low right here. This is obviously a higher high, this is a higher low, and we are already well above that prior high. So this is a continuation of trend. Probably looking for this one to work its way up towards 80 to 90 bucks over the next couple months here. It's pretty damn good, man. But you're not asking about a month. You're asking about a weekly. Weekly's continuation. Good. There's an invalidation condition below 44 and a half. I don't think that's what's happening. This is really fucking good, though. Daily's a clean break. This is what a breakout typically looks like. I'm looking for follow through, man. It looks good. What's up, Steven? Steven Anthony wants to look at LRC. So this is this loopring or library credits? This is loopring. All right, cool. Should we record this one? Yeah, we should record this one. It's to go to the moon and beyond. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Let me actually pull this up first. What do you know? The 1618 has already gotten the high right there. Do we see a pullback from here? Probably yes. Maybe we don't record it. People don't like to talk about pullbacks. It's very nasty, very gnarly. Okay, so in a situation like this, yes, the breakout is real. Yes, long term, I do think it's going to get long term continuation. You're pretty much around your pro-time highs from 2017, 2018, so it's finally joining the party. A bit of a laggard, obviously, but short term timeframes, do we consolidate a little bit more within this range? I do suspect yes. I would actually really like to see another move down to about $1.15 to $1.20. Problem is, if Bitcoin's going to be bullish here, is that likely to happen? Well, I suspect not, actually. So I would actually just put this within ranges instead and just play it like that. So in this case, 128 to the downside. If that does break on an hourly, yes, I do look for that move down to about $1.12 to $1.15 and try for a higher low there. Until then, this actually technically is just another consolidation before continuation. Fucking aggressive, though, man. Really fucking aggressive right there, though. That's what makes me a little bit less confident on it. If you can start to close daily dildos above 155, I suppose I would be looking for next moves into $2 long term. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ, these altcoins are moving. God damn. Powerful. Powerful as all hell. I'll just leave that one right there, man. Hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for looping, man. Cool. Hey, what's up, Solverine? Just wanted to wish you a good day. Thanks, man. I appreciate the positive message. You can check Tellurian if you want to. All right, man. Let's go look at it. Let's go check it out. Let's see where it is. We haven't looked at it in it's got to be like a month now. Does it trade on US markets? I think it does. This chart looks familiar. Yes. Yeah. I think yeah, this is it, man. This is it. You're about to get the cross between the 9 and the 21 right there. I'm looking for another move up to about 5.25. Yeah, this was reversal, and you to give you credit, man, you called this reversal before I did. I was being a lot more cautious on it than not, but looking at the weekly right here, it's very obvious. So I think I called the reversal somewhere right around here. You called it like well before that at the low $2 region. So congratulations, man. That's fucking awesome. That's why it's as always important to follow your own plan because you know your own plan better than myself, and you know your own stocks better than myself as well. And in this case, and many other cases as well, you're going to be right over me. So that's awesome, man. I would have been waiting for another like $0.50 on a $3 name, which is a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. So awesome, man. I do expect that you got another move up over the next month or two to about 5.15, 5.25. Closing above there, and I think that might even be a macro reversal long term, although that's probably still like 6 months away or so. Quarterly, still decent. I don't really have any reason to invalidate something like this as long as you're above last quarterly low, which is $2.50. So fair enough, man. Really, really awesome stuff right there. Really fucking awesome. Justin Young, yep, we got XRP. We got XRP. Please play to the moon for the XRP army. I'm trying. I actually don't have it loaded up right now, but I wasn't expecting all this bullishness today. I want to save that for like the real moonshots, man. Once Bitcoin does like a $5,000 dildo day, $10,000 dildo day, oh baby, that's when it gets exciting. What's up, Sebastian? Good morning to you, man. Oh, sorry, I actually skipped Mr. Tasco. We'll get to that in just a second, Mr. Gwynn. Cardano daily weekly. Yeah, let's go look at this one. All right, so with the rest of the market looking generally good, is Cardano finally going to join everyone else? Yeah. Okay, so this very likely is going to be a bear trap right there. Okay, let's redo these charts now that we have a different look on this one. Here we have Cardurpio versus the dollar, and we'll do a general overview on this one as we do have what seems to be a bear trap in the making coming off the low 180 test from the last week and a half here. Now, I would say that this bear trap is going to be confirmed specifically with the daily dildo back above about 215, 217 region on a closure specifically. At that point, I would be looking for next short-term moves up to the prior range highs at about 240. Do I think that things stop there overall? Probably not, no. If that were to happen, I'd be looking for just short-term pullback, probably down to about 220-ish or so, and then very likely another move to the upside. But do momentum also disagree with that, or do volatility indicators say that this is even likely right now? Volatility, the moving average on it does still have a positive slope, so I do look at this as still expanding. And if it's expanding off this low call right here, well, I would really give it a chance to complete the overall trap. PMARP is a little more on the bullish side. Daily Jewel is a nothing burger, as people like to say. Go into short-term time frame, see what they got going on. Yeah, 4 hour looks a little bit more like the reverse right here. Short-term timeframes are in a much more bullish posture. We see 4 hour Jewel giving off a decent signal coming off this area right here, which was your 194 low, and we do see that volatility is falling through with it as well. So yeah, I do expect that this one does continue onwards and upwards from here. It's weak. It's certainly on the weaker side, and I would invalidate bullishness on this one and still look for the very nasty downside targets to play out with a move back down below about 195 actually. At that point, I'm looking for humongous moves to the downside. Still 150 to 160, but until that happens, you know, with the rest of the market in mind, it does make it very difficult to be looking for a continuation to the downside. When most markets most things within this market are looking for, well, general upside moves. 2-day, not getting much from this that we already even said on the daily. 5-day, same thing right there. What about the weekly? I still really don't like the weekly, but it's just unwise to be bearish on one and bullish on the other. Maybe momentum from a Stoke perspective could also help us out. Let's see. 2-day Stokes will actually turn up with any sort of closure above 204.75. So actually just below there right now, but it has another day to go anyways. Daily will be freshly crossing up for the first time in a while with any sort of a closure today above $2. So I do like that as a bit of a more short-term pivot. 4 hours obviously just balls deep up, and probably going to look for the trap to complete. Just want to see realistically a daily above about 217 or a 4 hour above about 220, and that would look pretty damn good. Be aware of the invalidation, and hopefully that was helpful for Carderpio. All right, Mr. Gwyn, let's do it, man. Can you look at Facebook? Sure. Or Meta. Yeah, they changed their name, man. Meta platforms. Holy shit, it's already there. It's already there. We have the metaverse now. Jesus, man. Well, fair enough. Actually, let's go to this chart over here. Okay, cool. And that's going to throw me off. It's called Meta now? What the fuck? Weekly, monthly also is a roadmap to becoming. Oh, you're talking about the TA program. Is it just as helpful for a noob who mainly trades traditional markets? Well, I can essentially tell you this, man. Okay, so first off, if you're a noob by your own definition, you might want to consider the neophyte program just because it's going to be a lot more streamlined and a lot more simplistic, which may or may not be relevant to you. Well, just watch the promo videos that go along with them, because the whole purpose of them is to explain, like, okay, is this even relevant to you? Like, is this going to help out with you? The TA program, 90+% of that material I learned while I was trading traditional markets. So I would say certainly yes, it is relevant to traditional markets, probably even more so in a lot of cases. Just in general, analysis across different markets is 90 to 95% the same, with a very small nuances and differences. You know, the biggest thing between traditional markets and cryptocurrency markets is that cryptocurrency is 24/7. Traditional markets, you know, do have obviously closures. And then the other biggest thing is that you got to be aware of a little bit more of the fundamental side of things, you know, coming on with, of course, earnings reports and all that good stuff. So you have to be a little more in tune. And of course, now you have fucking like political analysis as well. So that's also another reason why I don't necessarily care to trade traditional markets myself, just because, you know, your edge as a technical analyst is going to be diminished because there's just other more fundamental factors that are coming in at play. And also like the Fed as well. I mean, it's mostly just a Fed analysis right now, if anything, actually. It's not fundamental analysis, it's Fed analysis is what it is. Bullfrog. Wait, no, I didn't even look at Facebook for you, man. Jesus Christ. Daily. Are we putting in a low right here? It does look like so. Lows are put in on volume, and this one certainly has it. We do see daily jewels actually flipping around for a little bit of a bullish posturing, not supported by DMI, but I do think that this one probably has put in a bit of a low right here. Does it come back down and retest this low? Maybe around like 315, 320, perhaps yes. But my strong opinion is that this is, you know, very likely a low, or a major low, that is, as long as you're above about 315 on a daily closure. And short term, you know, does it come back down around there? Well, could very easily do that. I don't have an opinion on that short term. I would feel very comfortable and confident calling this one like a major, potentially even macro low. Let's see what the monthly looks like. Yeah, I would call it a macro low with a monthly closure back above about 340, looking for general moves back around prior highs. But if I'm looking at the monthly right here, man, it actually does look very toppy. It actually does look incredibly toppy. Interesting. Let's go over here. It's giving me some different looks. Okay, daily's bouncy. Yeah, we got that. So daily bounce, weekly, still bouncy as well. I'd like to see a weekly closure above 350 or a monthly above 340, and I'd say that this is going to be your next macro low. Weekly is still fine. The monthly would have me concerned, but I suppose, you know, if I was trading this myself, of course, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but short-term bouncy. I just want to see if it gets above 340 on a weekly or 350 on a weekly or 340 on a monthly. One of those two things would make me say that this is a macro low and, you know, just looking for moves back around your prior highs in this case. Until then, I would be very concerned on this one if you did come back down below about 315, let's say, or even, yeah, about 315, let's say. That would be rather concerning for the long term. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, Bullfrog. Hey man, thank you. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. Those are really kind sentiments. Can you check the weekly monthly on Ethereum? Yes, let's definitely do that. That's actually, we didn't even look at Ethereum yesterday, and it's like, it's the one that's making new all-time highs. It's the one that's making new all-time highs. No one gives a fuck about it. That's funny. Cool. We'll do a general overview on this one, and we'll certainly cover the higher term timeframes as well. Here we have Ethereum versus the dollar, and Ethereum, hey, by the way, in case you didn't know, it made new all-time highs yesterday, and it's actually made new all-time highs today again as well, so not bad. Anyways, what do we see over here from a volatility perspective? We see that volatility is actually just starting to expand off the lows. It's literally just starting to expand off the lows, which let's give a few insights into the last few times that we saw similar signatures to this that were upside resolved resolutions. So not this one over here. We're going to ignore that one. We're going to pick and choose this one right here, which did lead into the September highs, which was about a 30.5% move from bottom to top. We did see obviously this one over here coming off of essentially the bear trap that we saw over the summer that led into about an 87% move and overall a 121% move over the next month and a half, it looks like. And then we have another iteration over here of a very similar signature where we did see very low volatilities. And well, what happened after that? 150% gainer over the next 48 days. So another month and a half till resolution. So we do see, some consistency within this, which is very interesting. And then, of course, this one from like literally a year ago in November, actually literally a year ago in November. And this one, just a phenomenal move. I'm not going to repeat those numbers. It's not relevant. Anyways, we have the same sort of setup over here. We do also have hidden bullish evidence of multiple drives on daily. And we do see that the daily RSI is back in the bullish control zone. Daily Jewel is also maintaining its positive curvature. This to me just looks like a continuation signal. It's very aggressive, but yes, you do get these. And, did get it where 30th of October. So yeah, coming out of that base into an all-time high fashion. So that is good. Anyways, weekly RSI is just breaking back to the bullish control zone. This is really good as well. Trying to find something to balance. Oh dear Lord. I was saying I was going to try to find something to balance myself out, but weekly Jewel is a much more obvious bullish signal right here and very fucking good on that one. And weekly volatility is the lowest it's ever been ever. Now, to be fair, and actually, Caretaker actually is a fucking genius because he's actually figured out how to get earlier price action to represent this better. But technically speaking, this is the lowest volatility read we've ever seen on the weekly. On the 5-day, we've seen a few like this, and I think that would be a little more dependable. Either which way, coming out of these prior bases. And just kind of like putting the puzzle piece together, we did see on the daily, and on the lower side, like 40% to the upside, which would put Ethereum at about 5,500 or so. 5,500 is also relevant just because, if I remember properly, yes, we do see that's the 1.414 Fibonacci extension out of this base, and also it's actually right around the measured move from this as well as a cup and handle. Long term, do I think that it stops there? No, I don't see highs too often at the 1.414, although they do certainly happen a lot more than the 1.272. But I suspect that it would probably make a run for the 6,300 level right here. But the other question was long term. And by the way, we're going to come up with some invalidation points on this as well. But long term for Ethereum, this is all fucking good. This is all fucking good right here. By the way, the 1618 from the macro base, calling that 5450 level as well, just for what it's worth. But remember, we are trending above the topside shoulder band right here. So we have volatility on the daily and 5-day and weekly as well, all looking primed for expansion. We have trend continue. It never even stopped on the bi-monthly, so we don't really have trend continuation. It just is continuation. It just is continuation here. And in volatility expansion. So trend, volatility, and obviously momentum as we looked at on daily RSI and in weekly Jewel, I believe it was. Monthly also closed above the topside shoulder band yet again as well. So I'm looking for November new highs, more new highs most likely. Just curious if there's anything relevant over here to kind of further enhance or not before we get into invalidations, but daily momentum does turn down below 45.90 today. So that would be maybe a bit of a short-term pivot for a short-term downside move. 5-day, I'll just leave this chart and this one can speak for itself. And weekly, Same thing as well. And monthly, oh man, monthly coming into November, we got a fresh cross to the upside in the bullish control zone. And I don't think there's any major threat of that crossing down anytime soon. All right, so what would invalidate the long-term bullishness of this? Well, long-term bullishness of this doesn't really get invalidated as long as you're below, as long as you're above about 3,400. That's not too relevant for right now. That's only if you're trading like the weekly in this case. If you're on the daily, where does your daily bullishness get invalidated? Well, that would be below about 4150 in this case. At that point, I would be looking for a deeper correction somewhere down around about 3,800. But for right now, you know, while those conditions need to be laid out, I'm not looking for them to happen for what it's worth. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for Ethereum. Nice. Ooh, man, there comes the coffee burps yet again. Let me take a sip of this water right here. All right, there we go. Okay. Justin Tomiak has an idea for a video. LYXE. Oh, all right, fine. We'll do it just for you, community, sir. Just for you, Justin. Just for you. All right. LYXE. Let's see what this thing is. Luxo, huh? All right, let's redo these charts because it's just sloppy right there. It's actually pretty good long term. All right, here we have Luxo, symbol LYXE versus the dollar. Making new ultimates already, so that's generally good, we'll say. And what do we have as far as the long term goes? So I want to pull up my Fibonacci extensions right here and see if we're at any major levels. We're just approaching the 1.272, which is, you know, is good, obviously, but I don't really expect tops around there. I expect tops around the 1414, the 1618, which is about 50 and 74 respectively. That's long term, however, so not happening today or tomorrow, but you know, maybe later this month or end of year or something like that. Weekly is just general continuation here as well. Momentum oscillators are not mature enough there to really analyze. 5-day, same thing. 2-day maybe might give us something. 2-day RSI breaking back in the bullish control zone, good. Obviously good on increasing volatility, and 2-day jewel remains with this positive curvature. So yeah, I do think that this one generally continues from here. Same thing on the daily as well. It's actually pretty damn good here as well. So going into the short-term time frames, I would invalidate short-term and medium-term bullishness below about 35 and a half in this case right here. Until then, short-term pullbacks are very likely just that, leading into long-term continuation. In this case, we even have hidden bullish evidence on the 4-hour time frame right here, and we also have increasing volatility. So, well, I think you know where I'm going with this one. Maybe one more look over here, just out of curiosity, just to see what do we look like on the daily. Daily actually will cross down with any sort of a closure below $40.11. We actually might see a bit of a short-term correction if that condition is met. Again, I don't really have any matrix with this one, especially as long as you're above like 35, 36 bucks. 4-hour momentum remains the upside as long as you're above about 38 and a quarter. So I'm still probably biased towards this one trading sideways and upside out of this range with maybe like a short-term pullback to 38 or so. If it does close the daily below about 40 bucks, I would be looking for a bit more of a short-term range to be explored, perhaps even down to this $35, $36 level. But again, I'm just not bearish as long as you're above there. I'm just looking for that to likely put another healthy consolidation and set up for potentially long-term continuation. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for LYXE. Cool. Akshay, Mr. Akshay, how you doing, man? Hello, sir. FTM 1, 3, and 6 hours. Okay. You know what's funny, man, is that I actually really do like the 6 hour, and no one ever asks about the 6 hour. But the 6 hour time frame makes a lot of sense in a 24/7 market, just for what it's worth. Anyways, well, I guess, well, these lines still working, but they're not too relevant right now. So fair enough on that. Should we record this one? Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. All right, here we have FTM, FTM Phantom. Yeah, that's it. And what do we have? Well, so far we have a bit of a top at the 2-spot extension here, just around $3 on a closing basis. And what does that mean for the lower term time frames? Are we more likely to trade sideways here and have an upside resolution, or is this one likely to pull back a little bit more? This one's actually pretty simple here on the shorter term time frames. Let's actually jump down to a 4-hour. And I would say that this one is actually likely to play out a more prolonged downside move into a healthy consolidation, or at least most likely, if you do lose $2.5. So that'd be kind of an invalidation for short-term bullishness. Until then, technically speaking, my sort of trading rules do say treat it as a healthy consolidation first and foremost, and this is likely to trade sideways in here, and then very likely, you know, well, move back above $3 and hit the next upside trajectory targets. Until that happens, though, I would not feel comfortable calling like general continuation here just yet. And I do think that this one can spend some time within this trading range for the short-term timeframes. For what it's worth, we actually do have some hidden bearish divergence come off that last 4-hour high, and we do see that right now volatility is contracting. So I do think that this one more likely trades side within this range, probably test down to about 247, 250 or so a couple more times. As long as you hold that on a 4-hour closure, I do look at that as a really good thing for the medium and higher term timeframes. But until this one consolidates a little bit more, I don't think it's going to be like trending towards new all-time highs just yet. I wouldn't be willing to call new all-time high trend as long as you're below, again, 305, I think it was. Yeah, 305. If that condition is met, then this thing can fucking run, man. This thing can really run. I guess I'd be looking towards 4.5, maybe $5, I suppose, long term. Now that is long term, obviously. Long term meaning, at minimum, probably around like middle to end of December. Yeah, I think even that might be a bit aggressive, but again, the question right now is, do we lose 250 or not? If you lose 250, I'm looking for a move down to about $2 even. I would actually, personally speaking, if I was trading this, I would actually really, really like that. Of course, it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but below there, I'd actually lose the macro bullishness and probably look for big moves down to like $1 even. But for right now, still one of the better charts in cryptocurrency land. I just expect that it does trade a bit more sideways here. Just out of curiosity, if this kind of agrees with more of a consolidation look than not on our momentum oscillators. 4-hour Stokes will pop back up above 272.5. Okay, that's not too relevant right now. Daily will pop back up above $3. Okay, so $3 is coming up as a pivot on multiple time frames now. $2 2-day is 358 and 5-day is 3.25. Yeah, I do think it's a lot more likely to trade down from here. The 5-day actually says that we probably hit a bit more of a short-term high. For what it's worth, but I'd still have to look at the ranges as more relevant. And long term, I still do like this. I mean, there's nothing really bearish about this chart. Pullbacks very likely do get bought, but how far can this thing pull back? This thing can pull back down to $2, and it wouldn't really be like anything concerning on a higher term time frame. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Phantom. Nice one, sir. Very nice indeed. Okay, cool. Winnie Choice 87 says, "Hey Krown, if you are talking about Litecoin Bitcoin chart on a monthly, I'm looking into it. Yeah, I mean, the reason why people don't really talk about Litecoin too much anymore, at least I would guess, is because it's, it looks like this, man. So I understand what you're saying over here, or at least probably what you're getting at. This has been your pumpy-ish range, but let's call this one what it is. This is a pump and dump chart. This is the chart of a pump and dump asset. Now, are you around your typical pump areas? Yes. And is this one finding some lows right here? You did just put in some bullish divergence on the weekly. It probably does try some upside moves from here. Do you get another one of these like you saw from 2017? Maybe. Do you get one of these from 2015? Maybe. Possible, I suppose. But that's not, at least in my opinion, like a real trading. It's more like hoping and praying, realistically. It is a fucking pump and dump, man. That's the problem with it. And over time, this thing is trending towards zero, which is very concerning. But is it likely to bounce here at minimum? Yeah, I think at minimum, this one goes for 366. After that, things get a lot more interesting, I suppose. And do you see one of these moves over here? Maybe yes. I mean, this would be the area to be looking at it from. But understand that this is, in my opinion, this is not like healthy professional trading. This is hoping and praying, which fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, many have gotten absolutely phenomenally fucking rich doing that. I mean, you've heard about the Shiba guy, so why not you, I suppose. But not the chart for me, although I do respect it and I do see what you're seeing there. That would be the area to be looking at for what it's worth. And to each their own, right? To each their own, right? Hootie Hennessy, good morning, man. Haven't seen you here in a while, so good to see you, brother. Link, yeah, we can do that. Weekly or whatever you prefer. Okay, cool. I'm a degenerate. I don't really think Link is like a degenerate coin. Neither is a weekly time frame a degenerate time frame either, man. You seem rather reasonable to me, sir. So I don't know where that one's coming from. But yeah, let's definitely record this one. Here we have Chainlink symbol LANK versus the dollar. And this one looking very, very, very immature here. So with that in mind, we do see that BBWP is still actually contracting in the short term. I still want to see this really get above the moving average and have that maintain a positive slope for at least a couple days. But we do see the trend reversal is real. We did get our slew of higher lows right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And guess what? Ever since we did that video, there's been another one right here. And that does imply that I do have an invalidation for bullishness on this one below specifically $29 now. Closures below there on a daily are going to obviously look pretty damn bad and probably imply targets back down to like, mid to low 20s. But I don't necessarily think that that's what's happening right now. This one looks good for what it's worth. Daily Jewel is not giving us a upside signature just yet, but overall, I mean, I do favor trend the most, and trend plus volatility are looking good overall, healthy. Daily RSI neutral to slightly good, not really getting too much from that. Realistically, in this case, probably just going to be going off a range, since that has been the most simplistic and the most consistent way of going on this one. Of which I just want to see this one close on basically above $33, and at that point, I'd be looking for another retest of your what is this, $38 high right here. Do we see a small pullback from that? Perhaps yes, but long term, looking for continuation, man. This setup is just about there, man. It's just about ready. I think the weekly really smooths out a lot of this data a lot better. And what do we see right here? We do see weekly Jewel is about to get another long signal. We see weekly BBWP is the lowest it's ever been. Again, coming off of your first confirmed higher low over here. And the second that this one does print a higher high on a weekly closing basis above 33.5. Basically looking for a general move over the next month or two back around your prior highs and probably beyond at that point. I mean, long term, where can this one end up on a break of the prior all-time highs? Well, this is really far away now, to be fair. But if that were to happen, I suppose I'd be looking towards, $75 to $100 over time. Again, probably months away, but that is the setup right there. And I really don't have anything bearish to say about it as long as you're above, I believe it was $29 on a daily. Hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for a link, sir. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you for that. Solana Bish. Your name is Solana Bish. I love that. I absolutely love that. Next, we need a Solana Beezy. I had to teach Elsa what a Beezy is the other day. What is Beezy? Like fucking talking with Golem. What is Beezy, my preciouses? I would never call you Golem, but your speech sometimes is kind of funny. Mr. Michael J says, sir, I love you, okay? Jesus Christ, calm down. ATRI token daily weekly. All right, it ripped. A lot of things are ripping. A lot of things are ripping, sir. We got a lot of ripping charts, but this chart apparently is not on TradingView unless if I wrote it improperly. ATRI, yes. Unfortunately, yeah, there. I do not. Maybe like versus Ethereum. Now, it looks like this thing is not on TradingView, man. So unfortunately, I cannot look at it, but I'll take your word for it. It probably did rip. It sounds like a newer altcoin, so I probably wouldn't be able to do too much with it anyways. But yeah, man. Unfortunately, it's not on TradingView. So I do apologize for that. What's up, Dude Daddy? 1,300 people here and only 800 likes. I think that's actually pretty damn good, but I do appreciate the support, obviously. Holy shit, we're at 1,000 likes now. You done did it, Dude Daddy. Shit, that actually works. That actually fucking works, man. Well, thank you. Major thank you for that, man. All good, brother. All good. And again, I actually want to say a massive, massive thank you to the guys in the chat who have actually been like helping out with the old likes there. That's actually really, really cool to see, and it's organic too, which I think is even better. So thank you for that, man. Massive thank you for that. Cyrus69 says, hey Krown, what's up, man? Cardano USD looking bear trappy. Yeah, we actually went over that one earlier. I recorded a video on it as well, and well, I'll upload it soon enough. But basically, agreeing with your statements right there. It does look trappy there. I think that you're seeing the reversal right now, and that's kind of what we were alluding to the last few days. Like, look, this one doesn't look good right here, but can't really be bearish on some when the rest of the market's kind of doing what it's doing right now. Nekosho, man, you're Swedish, but your name, very difficult to say. Sand on the 4-hour daily, sure. This is Sandbox, and I think this one had a big move just a few days ago, actually. See if this is it. Yes, this is it. This is certainly it. All right, Sand. I think this one's going to continue from here too, man. Wow. Powerful. Very, very powerful. Should we record this one? How many videos do I have already today? We overload the interwebs with more and more videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God, I already have 10. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Jesus, man, that got out of hand very quickly. All right. The volume signature on this is just about as picture perfect as you can get. All right, so I suspect that we're probably at one of the major fibs here, but yeah, we are at the 1 spot 618. So that's getting your first sort of sell off and first sort of pushback. But Is that looking like it's going to break down short term? Can I populate my indicators? I probably would be a little bit more on the side of a pullback here. The daily doesn't necessarily show it, but the lower time frames do. BBWP is coming off the highs, so that alongside bearish divergence on the 4 hour of 1, 2, 3 drives. Probably looking for this one to trade down to like 230 to 2.25. Now, don't mistake that for like a macro reversal here. This is obviously long-term bullish. You just hit a major fib. You just had a major move. I suspect that you do have your next short-term move to the downside probably puts in a higher low somewhere in like the mid to low $2. And then maybe coming in the next couple of weeks, this one tries for another upside move. But I do suspect that it's probably seen the highs for like today. And again, the hourly does not say that. What does a 12 hour say? 12 hours continuation. What the fuck, man? We need to take a break. We need to take a rest. We need to take a rest here. Okay, so let's actually do this by ranges. Let's do this by the book in this case. All right, so if you do see a closure below 260, then yes, I would be looking for a short-term correction first, long-term continuation later, and probably be looking for a move down somewhere between about 215 and 220 for the next higher low in the short-term time frames, and then try higher maybe over the next couple of weeks. But I'm actually getting a bit of a bearish signal here on the 2 hour Joule. It's not supported by DMI, so that is not a very good signal typically. Yeah, fair enough. I probably would be leaning towards a little bit more short-term pullback, long-term continuation in this case. I do want to be very clear though. Long-term, very fucking good. Very fucking good though there. Cool. El Rey Leon, very exotic name, sir. Hey, Krown, long time subscriber. Sweet, man. Well, finally, good to meet you, sir. Like, Jesus Christ. First time caller. All good, man. All good. Can you please check out Doggy Coin? Sure. Weekly, monthly. My girlfriend loves Elsa's intros and her nails. Oh, dear Lord. I told him. All right. Elsa's flexing with her nails again, getting all the girls jealous. Doggy Coin. It's cool, though, man. The thing is like, okay, I seriously do not understand how she fucking types with those things or wipes her ass. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, what are these? Okay, I get that you can abuse your keyboard with them, but I don't understand how you can like type as a reasonable person with those things. Anyways, Doggy Coin over here. I guess we'll record this one as well. Why not? Here we have Doggy Coin, symbol DOGE versus the dollar. Still baking within this overall setup, and this is shaping up to be pretty damn good. We do see that volatility is finally starting to rise off the single-digit percentile reads. Moving average on this one staying positive 4 right now. Are you snapping your nails? What are you doing? Just got like little crab claws over there with those nails. And I probably would be looking for another short-term sideways and upside move towards the top side of the range. The first test was rejected, actually, as we discussed, late in October. Still want to see an actual move above your 20th of October highs. And then, yes, I would be looking for the next measure move off of this ascending triangle to play out, which would have a implied target somewhere around 45 to 50 cents long term. Looking at the weekly right here, you just got your first higher low. As soon as you take out about 34.5 cents, that is your next higher high. So you got, you got trend continuation all the way up to about 50 cents and probably a bit of a short-term pullback right there. Short-term timeframes, should talk about invalidation points or invalidation conditions, which would be on a 4 hour closure below about a quarter even. If that were to happen, I do look for a decent pullback back down to about 22 to 23 cents. If that happens though, this looks to me like it's trying to put another higher low right here, just very sloppy as Doggy Coin typically does. Maybe this can help out over here too, just to see where we at. 5 day good. 5 day says up. Daily says above 29.30. Probably move into that trendy move. 4 hour down as long as below 27.50. So short term, probably a little more sideways and down. Maybe gives another test down to like 25.5, 26 cents. But again, as long as you're above a quarter on a 4 hour closing basis, I'm not looking for anything more than just short term higher lows leading into long term continuation drive. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Doggy Coin. Nice one, man. Very nice. Jack is back, and he wants to look at Solana versus Ethereum. Okay, so this is actually a rather interesting question because you're basically saying, what's more bullish, Solana or Ethereum? I guess Binance on this? Who has more history? Huobi? Huobi does. Hey, Huobi has a lot of history here, actually. Solana is very obviously more bullish. Yeah, this is phenomenally more bullish. Wow, Solana, powerful Solana. Daily. Okay, so daily, I like this as your next higher low at about 4,600. As long as you're above there, I treat this as trend is going in your favor, man. I'm looking for this one to probably break out sometime later this week or maybe earlier this coming week. Weekly, just continuation, man. Hidden bullish evidence on that next low right here. I might be bullish on this one, man. Invalidation, again, very easy on this one, below about 4,600. It's more like 4,500, I suppose, on a daily closure. Until then, man, this is up, man. Below there, though, I would be looking for, you know, another correction down to like 38, maybe more over time. But I'm not getting many indications that lead me to believe that that's very likely here. So I think I'll just go ahead and say it. I think Solana is bullish, man. I think it's bullish versus Ethereum specifically. Cool. Let me take another sippy sip of this. Here we go. Nice one. Very, very nice one. Okay, cool. Simply Games wants, hey, what's up, man? Car? Okay, this is a new one. Car? Okay, Carnomally. I feel like I'm doing hooked on phonics. What? Yeah, actually T would be nice. Thank you. Did we look at this one the other day for you? It kind of looks somewhat familiar, I think. I would be looking for a pullback relatively soon at about half a cent. What about short-term time frames? What are you looking? You're looking at a 12-hour daily. Okay, so you're not concerned with that. 12-hour, yeah, I do think this one has maybe one more try to the upside, somewhere around about 5 to 5.5 cents, and then I'd be looking for a pullback from there. Short-term invalidation on short-term bullishness and continuation would be below about 284. Until that happens, man, I mean, this is continuation right here, very likely. Volume is actually increasing on the moves to the upside, which is generally a really good sign. So there you go, man. There you go. And HTR. Okay, so you like this Hathor thing, man. I guess it's popular. It has a cool name. High term time frames. I'll go to weekly in this case. That's not much of a weekly here. Same chart that we see across the lands. Here's your next weekly high or low. If this one's going to be bullish, we do have a daily invalidation condition on medium-term bullishness below about 80 cents. Until then, probably looking for it to trade sideways and up with any sort of move back above, not yesterday's, but last week's high, which is 117. Probably be looking for this one to break out and go for the actual move towards about $1.50 and maybe more over time. But you know, doing more market analysis than individualistic analysis on this one. But for what it's worth, I mean, you know, you just got the golden cross right here. It's holding above the 21. Seems rather constructive to me. Just I expect it probably goes a little more sideways in the short term. What's up, Tokyo? There he is. Am I crazy, or did your YouTube name change? It did, sir. It did. You are very perceptive, actually. It's I changed something a little more personal right there. What's up, Joe Wells? Super Farm. You don't want to look at dollar yen, man. What? I want to look at dollar yen. I want to see what that one looks like right now. We just got a new monthly and bi-monthly. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it, Tokyo Channel. You didn't ask for it, but you're getting it whether you like it or not, baby. Yeah, man. Long term, still very bullish on this one. Joe Wells wants to look at Super Farm. Yeah, man. So this is Elio's coin, and I already happen to know that it's well, well, we'll see. Holy fucking moly, man! Jesus Christ. Hey, my LARP lines are actually working on this one. Not bad. I don't think it's going to stop here, man. Pullbacks down to like 120 are completely fine. This one is very, very whippy and wicky, so you never know what you might get right there. But you know, if it wants to pull back down to 120, that's completely fine. I don't have anything bearish to say about this thing at all whatsoever, especially as long as you're above there on a daily closure. Generally speaking, I think this one's going to work its way up towards 180 to 190 next, and maybe play out a bit of a short-term pullback around here. And then long term, I don't think that would be a high. I do think that you work your way up to 2.5 or so. Long term, again, Elio's going for he's going for world domination. And what do you know? The 1618 extension is right around that $2.50 number, and your 1414 is around just under $2. So probably a bit of a short term pullback somewhere around here. But long term, I do expect that it does continue all the way up there. It's this is a strong move, man. On volume again, very, very powerful. Yeah, 4 hours continuation as well. Short-term bullishness does subside below about 1.25, so I'd just stick with 120. Look good, man. Looks good. Cool. Mark Harrison says, would you do Polkadot? Yeah, we can do Polkadot. We already did Matic and Cardano, so we'll do Polkadot then. What do we have over here? Symbol DOT. Time frames you're looking at, sir. The next 48 to 72 hours. Someone needs to pay rent, man. Yes, I have a gambling problem. Oh, dear Lord. I do not support this, man. I mean, I support you as a person, but I don't support this gambling problem, sir. I'm still looking for continuation here, man. The breakout's real. This is the breakout, or at least as far as I'm concerned. We do have a measure move a little bit higher than our current high at about, what is it, 57, it looks like. I don't think this one's stopping right here, man. Volatility is just starting to turn up. You just broke into new all-time highs. All higher term timeframes are in uptrending and bullishness posturing. It might be bullish, sir. It might be bullish. So if you're just looking at the next like 48 to 72 hours, so the next couple days here, let's look at the daily continuation, man. I'd only invalidate bullishness in the next couple days below about 45.5. Until then, man, this is just up. Just up, man. Make it no more complicated than that, sir. Looking good. Looking good. Probably works its way into the deeper 50s. Okay, sweet. Yes, I have a gambling problem. Fair enough, man. Awareness is the first thing. Villashua. Am I doing that right? CSPR versus the dollar. Okay, so it's a crypto. CSPR. CSPR. Lexia strikes again. Man, it really does not treat me well when I've not had a good night's sleep. I guess OKX to go on this one, although the exchanges are questionable here. Questionable choices of exchanges. Again, market analysis over individual stick analysis. If I just looked at this chart right here, I'd say this looks like a piece of fucking junk, but you know, the rest of the market's moving. This one does have a pretty damn good signal on the jewel right here. Daily RSI is hidden bullish evidence of that last low, and we do see that volatility is trying to expand, I guess. Maybe the 12-hour shows better. Yeah, the 12-hour does show better. I like to see it actually close above about 1430, and then yes, I'd be looking for this one to retest its highs from early August. Until then, invalidation below about 11.25. You know, again, I'm not a big fan of that chart specifically, but probably gets to join the rest of the market, I suspect. Solana Bish is back. ICP on the 4 on daily. Sure, man. ICP. Huh? I'm old enough to remember when ICP meant insane clown posse. Do you ever look into the fucking, what do they call themselves? I think it's juggalos or something. Really fucking weird, man. That and like furries. You really scratch my head sometimes. Yeah, okay. This is what a really good jewel signal looks like right here. I think that this one probably does turn the corner like here. Oh, I already have it charted out. Short term, would like to see it above about 55.5 specifically, technically speaking, in order to call like a decent reversal and call this like the next, I'm guessing like 5-day major low. Yeah. At that point, probably looking for a move back up towards your prior highs from early September, and you know, above there, it's you got the same chart as everyone else, and probably goes for a run. But what time frames were we looking at? 4 hour. Okay, maybe we go down to the 4 hour and address what you're asking for. Again, an invalidation on short-term bullishness below about $44. Until then, I'm again looking for this one to trade sideways and upside out of this range. Next big area to be aware of again is 55.5 above there. Things look a lot more interesting. So just kind of short-term range bound for now, but I expect that it probably again does everything or does the same thing as everyone else. Meccan, oh, what's up, Meccan? Am I down with the ICP? Down with the ICP, man. Oh dear Lord. My main look at the Insane Clown Posse is actually from Workaholics episodes, which is one of the best shows actually on TV, by the way. Is it the same as GT? No, the Insane Clown Posse is not this. Oh my god. Elsa just asked, is the Insane Clown Posse the same thing as DTF? They are very DTF. Is ICP? Yes, is ICP the same thing as no? Oh, I see what you do there. ICP. Okay, ICP. Clever, very clever. Yes, ICPP. Ha ha ha. I see some PP. I just went to the bathroom. I thought that you were asking, is ICP the same thing as DTF? No, they're not, but they are very DTF. I can tell you that, or at least that's what it looks like. But man. Could you imagine that? That would be scary. Those are some scary looking fellows over there. You fucking got me. You fucking got me. Next, you're gonna ask, did you see, where is that underwear? Oh, you just said underwear. Ha ha ha. Fucking stupid. Oh my god, man. Fucking stupid. Chris Bourbon says, happy to the happy man. Hey, happy to you as well. Happy hump day, Hancock. Holy shit. I mean, sir, GNUS. Okay, GNUS. All right. The stock, I'm guessing? GNUS. I'm guessing it is. Yeah, we've looked at this one too before. What the fuck? Ah! We got another shit chart. This is like the only shit chart that we've seen today, actually. Oh my god. It's gonna take some big prayers to Bula Jesus to save this one, man. all rallies fail. All rallies have failed. I don't trust indicators on this. I don't trust anything other than trend, and the trend is not your friend until this thing's back above about 210, and then maybe this thing runs again towards like $3-4. But fuck this thing, man. You don't need to trade this, man. Unless you have some inside information on this, or you really like the fundamentals or something, you don't need to trade this. A volume signature over here suggests that something perhaps is going on long term regarding accumulation. But if I go to the monthly, I go to the monthly, man. It's really not wise in my experience to reward losers, and this is a loser of a chart. Here's where it would become a bit of a winner, back above about 230. That would be impressive and probably lead towards some actual reversals here. Until that, I would be very skeptical of anything in this one, but this is not really my game on something like this. This is just an eyesore is what it is, man. Very bad chart. Very, very bad chart right there. I'm gonna take another sippy sip of this. Holy moly. Oh, wow. QRDO says inspired growth in action. Okay. Time frame for the next few days to couple weeks. All right. To me, that would be like a 12-hour and like a 5-day maybe. Okay. It trades on Finex and KuCoin. That's interesting. All right. We don't have much history there. So that's, yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting anything resembling the next couple of weeks with that sort of history. Maybe KuCoin will help us out. Nope. I don't think we can do anything like that, man. Look, if we're going to be looking at like a 5-day or even a daily, I want to see like, I really want to see years of price action, like more the better. This one has like a couple months. I don't know about that, man. Okay, so again, I'm going off of market analysis, not individualistic analysis. Where's your potential higher lows coming in right now? 265. So as long as you're above there, I'm supposed to look at this as like a healthy consolidation with resolution for the short term above about 362. At that point, looking for a retest of prior highs, and at that point, I guess new all-time highs, because this one's already at new all-time highs. Below your 265 level, which I don't necessarily think is happening right here. Probably looking for corrections down to 210, 215. Does that happen in the next few days? I can't say with any degree of certainty, of course. I mean, that's just impossible to do. Looking at the short-term timeframes right here, I think, honestly, it probably trades sideways for the next couple of days, if anything, and maybe at best over the next couple of weeks does try for a breakout. Short-term, very likely to come back down to that 265 level. I do think that it will bounce, however, there. Short-term sideways within this region is good. Just short-term, I would be expecting some downside, to be fair. So I don't think it's going to be. I think the real question is: are we expecting like breakouts or breakdowns in the next couple of days? No, I don't think so. I think at best it goes sideways. At worst, it breaks down. Cool. Mr. Rubio, he's back. Blocktopia. Okay, so this man, a lot of people are really liking this Blocktopia thingy. Okay, it sounds like a metaverse type of thing, like Blocktopia, or I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off right there. This one again doesn't really have too much history here. It does look kind of similar to the other one, made new all-time highs. I think at best this one's probably trading sideways for a while, something like this, between about 8.7 cent and 13.95 cent to the upside. Short term, does it come back down and test around like just below 10 cents even? Probably yes, but I'm not calling a breakdown. I only call breakdown below this level right here, and I really don't feel too confident on these charts that haven't been around for too long. But if that were to happen, I'd be looking for a big move down to 6 cents or so, just below there. Until that happens, I think at best this one does sideways and above 13.95 or 14 cents. Probably looking for a retest of all-time highs and maybe new all-time highs after that. Until then, just sideways, man. Not too much going on right here, in my opinion. For like the short term. What's up, Robert O'Connor? Good morning to you, man. New Solana coin, Dino. Okay, so it's like a new coin that's on Solana, I think, if I'm understanding that properly. Dino swap. Someone needs to put a stop to these damn swaps. Another swap. Very little history here, man. Very, very little history. Just over about a month and a half, it looks like, or just around a month and a half. I don't have an opinion on this, man, to be honest with you. There is no daily to look at, in my opinion, for this, at least for my style of analysis. I don't have anything to give you here. I can tell you what's obvious, and you already know this most likely. Above 32.5 cent, I guess I'd be bullish for another retest of your prior highs, but man, the really grasping at straws with these things. Like the 4-hour barely even populates here. Short term, it does look bouncy for what it's worth. Wouldn't mind a move back up to like 28 and a quarter. But long term, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying anything like enthusiastic as long as you're below. I think it was like 34 cents or whatever it was. Probably does have a short-term move to the upside here. So take that as you will. But again, it's, you know, when looking at something like that, man, really need a lot more history to look at that. Does it still have legs? It looks like it lost its legs for a while now. So does it still have legs? I mean, this is the market environment for kind of anything to have legs, I suppose. So I would say if the question is specifically, does it have legs? It has legs above about 33.5, 34 cents. That's where I look for legs to grow again. Legs man will come back into the business. All right, we'll get to that in just a second, Mr. Matt Wright. I just need to take a sippy sip of this. Oh, fucking goddamn. Did it again. Disgusting gingers. Hey, what's up, Chris K? Thank you, sir. Elsa obviously hates me this morning because she has put these humongous pieces of ginger in my tea. Yeah. You're trying to kill me by cleansing my stomach. Okay. Where's that coming from, sir? All right, VRA daily 4 hour. USD. Let's see what we got over here. Maybe KuCoin. Let's see. Okay, actually pretty good. Well, it is pretty good. I'm just thinking, are we like higher term time frame still good? Really, really good on the 5-day right there. What about the weekly? Same. 2-day? All right, what time frames we're looking at? 4 hour and daily. Okay. I actually would treat this as a potential higher low right here. I suppose it's okay. I'm being thrown for a little bit of a loop on some of the time frames, but it does offer up an edge more importantly. So 7.5 cents, as long as you're above there, I do treat this as the next higher low. It did come on declining volatility on the 4 hour, so I do look at that as a healthy consolidation short term. All higher term timeframes are bullish in this case and looking for long-term continuation. My question is, do we continue from basically here or not? I suppose I would treat this as the next higher low as long as again 7.5 cent holds below there. I would look for another correction phase down to about 6.8 or maybe even 6.5, but somewhere just below at least around 6.8 cent. Anyways, I wouldn't necessarily get excited for new all-time high party as long as you're below about 8.5 cent above there. Then yeah, I'm probably looking for new all-time highs, and at that point, again, this thing can run. Probably looking towards 9, maybe 10 cents. You know, I suppose over the next few weeks, if that were to happen, where would I look for like a deep correction? Deep corrections would happen below about 7 cents on a daily closure, and looking for moves down to like 5.5. Yeah. Until that happens, so I would be respectful of the short-term trend here. Just I don't feel too. I mean, this one's just really fucking aggressive, man. So that's kind of why I'm being thrown for a little bit of a loop there. But I suppose I do treat it as that as long as you're above 7.5. So hopefully that's helpful, man. Hive blockchain says La Major 23, another OG of the K, by the way, daily and weekly. Okay, Hive. Can't say that I know this one. Hive USD. All right. Hive USD on Binance. Daily. Okay. All right. Yeah. Man, this one has a lot of history here. I wasn't expecting that, but you're looking at daily and weekly. Okay. Daily, I'm looking at this as your next higher low, as long as you're especially above 74 cents. Just looking for sideways and up from here. We do see that volatility is on the floor, and momentum's already turning up, so I would be biased towards an upside resolution, but that is technically not confirmed as long as you're below about 90 cents. Above 90 cents, I do look for this one to work its way up above a buck, like well above a buck most likely. Weekly, same thing here, not getting too much from that. 5 days actually a little more obvious in this case. I'm generally looking for a move back to 91 and 92 cents and a closure above there. I'm looking for this one to start actually trending. Next sort of general targets would be somewhere around $1.03, and then above there things get a lot more crazy. So cool, not bad, man, not bad. What's up, Rolando? Thoughts on designing an NFT of Elsa's face reveal? I don't know. I don't really know NFTs all that well, but if someone could make that, I don't know. Would you want to do that? You want to do an NFT reveal of your face? What the fuck does that even mean? She says. Well, I think she'll think about it. Dash 4 hour. Holy man, Dash. Google a derp, and that's you. All right, fair enough. Let's see. Okay, cool. Sorry, just weird things going on my phone. Dash. Okay, Dash. Wow. Dash. Who here even remembers Dash from way back in the day? We need to go to Bittrex on this one. I'm actually very interested to see what this chart looks like. No, this is not the chart. That is not the dash chart. No. Maybe Poloniex has it. Come on. There it is. God damn it, that's not it either. Maybe Kraken, are you going to help us out? Please respond. What the fuck? How's it not this one? How's it not this one? Oh, it is this one. It is this one. Oh my god, man. What a fucking chart. Oh my fucking god, this is so disgusting. Anyways, did not come anywhere close to his 2017 highs in the earlier portion of 2021. Is it going to try here? Probably yes, man. Again, it's very difficult to be bearish on most things within this market right now, and this does look like your next weekly high or low. Okay, so you're asking about a 4-hour and daily, and will you ever include a most bullish segment on your channel? I wouldn't be the right person to do the most bullish segment because I'm not like spending all my time looking at altcoins. The only time I really look at altcoins is throughout these videos here, and I'm not like usually not actually like writing them down which one's most bullish or not. But and you know, for the most part, man, like most altcoins are, nah, you can't really say that anymore. So fair enough. It would be cool to do, but no, I'm not really interested in doing that, to be honest with you. Okay, daily. Good. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3 higher lows. So I would be saying that this one is short term, looking for some upside as long as above 185. That is an invalidation point. It does have a golden cross on the daily right now. So consulting around there this is a good setup for what it's worth. Probably looking for this one to work its way back up towards the late August highs, early September highs, on a break of your 25th of October high right there. 4 hour specifically. 4 hour? You show it to me. 4 hour looking good. 4 hour looking good for some short-term upside at about 210 to 212 or so. Just want to see it break above there, and then yeah, I'm looking for this one to join the rest of the parties. But long term, I do think that it deserves saying that this chart is certainly relatively weak compared to many things within this market, just by virtue of not retesting its 2017 highs. I mean, the strong ones made massively new all-time highs above their 2017 highs. This one didn't even get anywhere near, and this is the real chart right here. I mean, this is just atrocious. This thing traded up all the way to 1600. I actually remember that too. You know, will it ever do that again? I would not feel comfortable saying that. Certainly not, man. All right, let me take another sippy sip of this. All right, Mr. Isaac. Good morning, Krown and Elsa. Hey, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Thanks for all you do. Sure, man. This is a selfish endeavor. Make no mistake about it. While I understand that it does help other people, which is the two aspects of selfish altruism, which is kind of like my life's philosophy right now. It's also selfish as well, man. Like, I got a lot out of this. I mean, for one, there's like finances involved, but more importantly, like actually get a better understanding of the market myself. And you know, the more and more charts that I look at, the more and more repetitions that I'm essentially doing. It's kind of like going to the gym. And also, I don't need to look at your face. Okay. Where the fuck is this coming from today, sir? Anyways, your question is, could you give some insight on Caretaker's PMARP settings for the hourly and 4 hour? Well, I can just show you my settings. They don't change for timeframes, just for what it's worth. What are my settings right here? I'm running a PMARP. I'm running a 20 length on the VWA. I have a 100 period look back, and other than that, my signal MA settings are a 20 on an EMA. It's not super important right there. That's all. Just take a screenshot of that. It's the same for all time frames, man. David says, "Hey, Krown, how are you? I'm doing all right, man. Just wish I got a little more sleep, and things might be flowing a little bit better. But we're working through it today, I think." Check out CRV on the 4 hour and daily. Do you think it bottomed? I mean, last I looked at it, it was looking pretty damn bullish. So probably yes. Do I think it's bottomed like on this? Yeah, I do. I mean, this. You know, there's your slew of higher lows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I think it's bottom. Maybe you're asking about like short-term timeframes. Like, is this another low right here or a higher low right here? I do treat it as such as long as you're above 407. That's kind of my line in the sand. Below there, I do look for it to come back down to mid threes. I don't necessarily think that that's what's happening though, for what it's worth. I think this one's actually pretty damn good. Monthly kind of tells the story on this one. If it did come down to mid 3, I would actually kind of like that myself, but I don't really have any intention to trade it anyways. Back onto Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin, you look oh so primed, sir. You look oh so good, oh so glorious there. Mr. Hash says, hey, Krown, what's up, man? I think you should keep those goggles on. It reminds me of Quicksilver out of X-Men. Sure, man. They actually are kind of growing on me, man. They're so fucking silly looking, man. I actually go out around town with these things on. It's really embarrassing. Will you check out Sand on a 4 hour? We actually looked at this one earlier. I'll just briefly go back to the 4 hour here. I can probably take these things off, I think, end of week, though. Yeah, so long term, this one's looking really good. Short term, I do see 3 drives of bearish divergence. You know, I'm a lot more inclined to say that this one does trade down from here, but don't mistake that with bearishness. You know, just a short term correction down, especially to like 250, I think is rather likely. Below 250 on an hourly closure, I'd look for that to that's somewhere down around about 2.25 or so. Again, long term, very, very good. I don't think that the party's done like just yet, but short term, more of a correction and short term sideways and down. Sacrifice, what's up, man? Thanks for all good, man. Again, please understand, man, this is mostly play for myself. Like, this is fun. This is a fun time. Very selfish in a lot of ways. Any thoughts on XLM and why it's always had a hard time to see the $1? Well, the fact is that it's a shitcoin, so that would be couldn't help myself, man. Couldn't help myself. All right, we'll go look at it. Stellar Rumens. We'll go to Binance Expose. Why is it allergic to $1? I mean, man, well, why does it have a hard time to see a $1? I mean, man, well, the reason why it has a hard time to see a $1 is because it's in more of a range between like $0.50 and 20 cents. It's why, man. I do expect that on a break of about $0.50, you probably do see. Well, I wouldn't even say $1 would be the next target. The next target would be like 70 cents. Why do I think it's had a hard time? I mean, like it's very similar to the question that we got yesterday. And look, man, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, but it's just to put things into perspective. This was very similar to a question that I got yesterday. And again, I say this with respect, but someone was asking about like this random fucking shitcoin, like that was trading at 16 cents. Hey, man. Do you think this, or when do you think this one goes to $10? And it's like, it's had like a month of history and it's trading at 16 cents. I'm like, I don't know, man. maybe we'll talk about $1 after this thing gets to, I don't know, 50 cents or so. This thing kind of similar to that. Maybe not as ridiculous as a long-term target, but you know, when does $1 become relevant? Above like 70 cents, I would expect. But look, man, it's not that impressive of a chart. You know, again, you got a 2017 altcoin here that it did test its 2017 highs, so that is good. That is well better than most, but it's not strong. It's not strong, man. So the strong ones made new highs above their 2017 highs. The neutral ones kind of just tested their 2017 highs, and the weak ones made lower highs, like Dash. This one's kind of just neutral, I suppose. So why is it not happening? I mean, the only way to answer that question is just with the obvious. So unfortunately, I can't really help you there. I do expect that if this market does continue, let's say Bitcoin gets to $100,000, is XLM going to see $1? Probably yes. You know, that's kind of a good baseline to think of a lot of things at. Actually, I have to reference my friend Mr. Meccan over there. It's like when you look at this market, it's all kind of tethered together, which it is. Like what does XYZ altcoin look like when Bitcoin is around 6 digits? For what it's worth, as a thought experiment. Anderson at 7 and 7 says, Krown, it's hard out here for a pimp. Really? Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Well, might try for XLM because it's already at 40 cents. So there you go. Super USD 4 hour daily. Yeah, we looked at this one earlier. It's really, really good, actually. Any pullbacks to 120 or 1.25, I think, get bought up. And long term, I'm looking for moves towards. I mean, over the next couple of weeks, I'm looking for moves towards like 170 to 180. And long term, I'm looking actually towards 2.25 to 250. It's very, very good. But if you're just specifically asking about the 4 hour, for my pimps over there, I would invalidate short-term bullishness below about 120. Until then, this one's actually trending all time frames. Volume is also suggesting continuation from here. It's looking good. Looking very good. What's up, Shell One Kim? Any thoughts on Bitcoin dominance along with the potential alt season? I think we're seeing altcoin season right now, man. So Bitcoin dominance, let's pull this one up. Okay, so this is actually the point of maximum interest for myself on the Bitcoin dominance, because we did sell off on this area right here. We did pull back a lot more than what I would have expected, however. I will say that, because that was not expected right there. However, I would say that altcoin season does really get going on this baby below about 43%. This one's going to look like a distributed pattern and very likely test back down to 39 to 40 yet again, and probably even break down over the next probably like early 2022 if that were to happen. Until then, this is literally the point of of maximum potential return, as 43% is the inflection point. So if we do start to close weekly dildos below there, I'd say altcoin season's about to get more ridiculous than it already is. I mean, right now it seems kind of like an altcoin season to me. So I'm looking for bounces on this one this week, and then I'll probably record a video on it actually specifically, because I do think it'd be rather interesting. If that does happen, I'm still sticking with my mid 50% targets. I think that's still extremely relevant actually, to be honest with you. Monthly, how did it close? Closed as a low. We have bullish evidence come off that low. What about bi-monthly, which closed a couple days ago as well? Not the most obvious bottoming formation right there, but I do still think that this is looking a lot more like a macro bottom than it is not. So I think we'll find out either end of this week, or I think at latest like middle of November. Hey, Andy Bendit. We've actually looked at block a couple times now. I think it was just looking short-term correct, if I remember. Oh god. Yeah. Sorry guys, we're gonna turn off the chats now. So please do not send any more super chats in. We do have to, obviously make sure that we stay on time here. Hopefully that's all well and good. Anyways, yeah, again, just short-term sideways in range. I do think that this one short-term is going to be sideways and down, probably back down to about 10 cents even or so. I would only call a breakdown below about 8.7 cent, and a breakout above about 14 cents or so. For what it's worth, I do think long-term it'll have an upside resolution, but more or less just sideways here for the short term, if that's what you're concerned with. Joel G, would you look at okay, just one at a time, man. We'll look at gold, and we're already kind of running over time here, but well, I guess I don't have too many things to do today. Gold, what do we have? Looks like another potential lower high. Man, I just fucking hate looking at gold. It's such a sloppy chart, but we do have a downtrend going on right now. I would say this is going to really start to look very, very ugly below about 1775. Until then, do you make an excuse for this one? Maybe yes. The daily looks like a breakdown, bearish divergence all the way through, hidden bearish divergence, and volatility is actually contracting this whole way through on a lower high nonetheless. I either want to see a daily closure below about 1775, or especially a weekly as well, and then I'd send this one back down to your 1725 lows. But man, this is just such a sloppy chart. Because this thing, I mean, it really wouldn't take too much to get this thing back up. The thing is here is that if you actually can trade back above your last week's high, I'd be looking for this one to actually do the full flip-a-rooney. Back up to 1830 would be first target, and next target would be all the way up at 1900. So it's kind of on like a tight rope's edge right there. But I suppose I'd give it a chance still until the daily actually closes below, but a little bit more on the bearish side short term, I suppose. Cool. Boris Elson, can you do DYDX? Sure, man. I don't know what time frames you're looking at, man. Just do it, I guess. But what do we have here? A very new chart as well. I do think that it is putting a bit of a low and reversal right here. Volume signature does suggest that, and you do have a very obvious range low at 16 bucks. So as long as you're above 16 bucks, I do look for this one to try short term back up to 18 and a quarter or so. And at that point, this just looks like a bear trap and probably works its way upwards and onwards from there. But other than that, I think I'd rather come back to it because it is still a rather new chart, so I can't really speak too much about it. Dr. Colossus says, can you check out MIR? Again, guys, I have to warn you, we really can't do any more chats, so please stop sending them in. Again, I hope that's done respectfully, but yeah, man, we have to, and we've already looked at we looked at Super a bunch of times, man. It's good. Anyways, Dr. Colossus wants to look at MIR USD. Okay, MIR USD. Mirror protocol, new one. Don't think I'm familiar with this one, but short term is looking good. Short term looks like a bit of a this is a move in the making right now, man. Volume is pouring in. Looking for short term moves back up to 340, but I don't think it stops there, man. 4 hour closure above 340, and I'm looking for this one to work all the way up to 3 3/4 basically. Daily, same thing. I'm not a fan of this one long term, but I do think that you are seeing the reversal right here. And again, it's market analysis over individualistic analysis. Back above 4.5 bucks, this thing is probably going to fly again, but that's still well and far away. For what it's worth, momentum oscillators all around here are bullish. Cool. Hey, what's up, Sinegra? I believe Interactive Brokers does support Europe, but I will have another exchange that I can offer up as well, I suppose. I just want to like make sure that they're legitimate first. We'll figure that out later, man. But yeah, I believe that IB actually does support Europe, so do let me know if that is true or not. But I'm still an American citizen, so that's what matters most. If you want to sign up there or not, it's not about like where you're actually located. It has to be like your nationality. Sebastian says, "Hey man, all good, brother, all good. Thank you." Ave, okay. Ave USD. All right. Again, same chart that we see everywhere. Volatility on the ground. Momentum also is turning up. Do need to see about 305 hold, so that would be invalidation for right now. And I'd get a lot more excited above about 340, targeting moves back up towards your September highs, which is $400 or so. And you know, at that point, that's your macro breakout right there. It's very likely to follow through. I mean, many charts look very, very similar to this in DeFi land, which I believe this one is. Again, just be aware of the invalidation point until that gets taken out. It's probably going to be sideways and up, as is most things in this market. Yeah, 4 hour, same thing as well. A little more obvious right there too. Cool. Garo says, "Hey Krown, do you think you profit better if you open perp short and deliver long with net long on Bitcoin?" Okay, what? If you open perp short, okay, so I'm going to short on perps and deliver long with net long on Bitcoin. Okay, maybe. Okay, I don't know if English is your first language or not, but I'm guessing that you probably mean you're going to open a perp short and then open a futures long, so that you're net long on Bitcoin. I don't understand why you do that. I guess you'd get paid funding. Is maybe like a cash and carry trade if you're going for that. Funding rates aren't like good enough right now to really be making a shit ton on that. I think that would be more trouble than it's worth, but I don't know if I'm understanding your question properly, because in deliver long with net long on Bitcoin, I'm guessing you just mean like a cash and carry trade, perps versus futures. But you're going to be net long on Bitcoin, so you will have directional risk. Well, it seems to me like you're just making it way more complicated than it needs to be, man. But again, I don't know if I'm understanding what you're saying properly, so I'd have to hold off on that, man. Cool. Bob says, "I watch you in slow-mo and I learned so much." Cool, man. You still super bullish on AVAX? I mean, I don't think it's changed much from yesterday, so probably yes, unless if some dastardly wrong has happened. No, it's actually just hit my first target on this, so good. Yeah, man, I'd say this is actually the time to be kind of bullish on it. Yeah, yesterday I put out a video on Ellie's channel. This one's looking good. And dare I say it's still looking good. I just want to see it close today above like 70 to 71 bucks, and I'd be looking for a retest of your prior highs, and long term over the next couple months, major new all-time highs. Invalidation again below about 60 bucks, but looking good, looking very good. What's up, crypto alien? Oh, we have an alien in the house. Hello, good human. Check out Star Atlas. Atlas, okay. It's much sex, much coke, and much love. All right, I like it, man. I like it. Atlas, okay. Atlas Shrugged, one of the best books of all time, by the way. Not a lot of history here, but it is okay, I guess. It is above what would be presumably your accumulation range at about 14.5 cents. I don't really have much to go off of here, to be honest with you, man, but I'm looking for this one to continue from here in validation again at below about 14.5 cents on a daily, and I'm probably looking for a move up somewhere around 19 to 20 cents for the next few days here, perhaps. Looks good, I suppose. Bimmer says, "Can you check RFox?" Okay. All right, RFox. New. Oh dear lord. Oh boy, what have we done here? Red Fox. What could this be? Oh, it actually has some history, I guess. Kind of back to April. Same chart here, man. Back above the accumulation range, right here. Retested it already, so that means that the 11.5 cent area is a great invalidation point, and until that gets taken out, I'm looking for this one to go sideways and up. Short-term targets to about 20 to 21 cents. Probably continuation over time too. And this is kind of the portion of the market cycle where I suppose a lot of these ones start to make a lot more sense. What's up, John Dude? Morning Krown is morning to you as well. My meta here got listed on KuCoin. Nice. It was Binance as expected. Can I get your views on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily? Okay, meta here. Yep, I got you. Daily, I don't have any opinion on this. Just a straight green dildo to the heavens. 4 hour, same thing. I'm not going to have much to say about this, man. Hourly says that you probably still have one more drive on this move, but it's not. I can't really give you too many helpful things about this thing, man, just because it's so aggressive right here and so new. I can tell you where I'd look for a deeper correction. That would be below 15 cents. Until that happens, I suppose one more drive to the upside, and then probably does put in a high somewhere around like 20 or 25 cents if I had to guess, but way too new to really do much on it. I mean, barely even populates an hourly, let alone a fucking 4 hour daily. Nav, what's up, Nav? ARPA. ARPA. Sounds like those fucking Mars aliens. What time frames are you looking at, sir? You're looking at a, wait, what? We already did AVAX and Solana, and we really can't do more than one on a single chat, man. I'm sorry. Short term, okay, short term to me means like an hourly or a 4 hour. 4 hours continuation here, and validation below about 19 cents hourly. Same thing. Probably looking for moves towards, is this one already all-time highs? I guess just, there's not really much to be going off of right here, but I suppose more all-time highs here. Something like this. I suppose maybe another run at 25 cents perhaps, but how much more does this one really have going on for it? I do think short term is actually going to come back down to like 20 cents, but again, invalidation below 18.5 cents, and looking for a correction first to like 17 or 16.5, and come back to it after that. Echoes the end. God damn it, Mr. D. All right. Echoes the end. ATAI on the 4 hour. Okay. As again, I really have to kindly request that you do not set in any more chats because we really can't get to them. ATAI, it's not even on TradingView, unfortunately, man. Okay, BB, is this on TradingView? BBUSD, BlackBerry, what the fuck? Worst chart I've seen in a very long time. Holy shit, that is disgusting. What the fuck? It doesn't even make any sense on like the short-term timeframes. I don't fucking know on this one, man. A healthy amount of I don't know is the right answer, and I mean, maybe this is a weekly high or low. I don't look at this as anything worthwhile as long as you're below about 1390. Until then, it's just all risk as far as I'm concerned. I really don't feel comfortable on a chart like this, man. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right one to begin with. It looks like it's BlackBerry. Trades somehow on FTX, so somehow they've tokenized it, which is kind of crazy. Rapture is looking at TLM USD on Binance for 1 hour, 4 hour. TLM USD. Weak, very, very weak, but you know, does it get to join the rest of the market? I suppose I play to the upside as long as you're above 24 cents. Until then, short term, a little bit of sideways here. Probably sideways and down, actually. I think it's going to test 25 cents again, actually. But again, as long as you're above that pivot on a daily, I'm looking for this one to probably trade back up towards its August highs, you know, over the next couple of weeks here. If it takes out the invalidation, then very bad, very bad. What's up, Renee? No comments, so all good, brother. Thank you for that, sir. And Nico wants to look at PBR. All right. Look, I'll do it just for you, Mr. D, just for you, just because you have been very helpful with getting the likes up on these videos. But PBR is not okay. If you're looking at a crypto, it's not on TradingView. If you're looking at Petroleo, Brasilio, which I doubt you probably are, but in case you are, sideways range here probably plays back down to $9. I don't know if this one that you're looking at though, but that's all that TradingView has. All right, just for Mr. D, just for the pleasurable work that he's done on this channel, which again I am appreciative of. Is 193 entry still valid? I mean, you're trading at 139 right now. Well, what was invalidation, man? What was invalidation? Actually, I probably had invalidation right here, but that would be wrong because this is your next higher low, so it'd be 133, or maybe I had invalidation below 125 because that would be a lot more obvious, or 130. I'd have to go back and listen to those videos. Either which way, I'd move the invalidation up to 135 now and treat this as your next higher low if it's going to actually move to the upside. It's still valid. I mean, that depends if it aligns with your trading plan. What do the short-term timeframes look like? Short-term timeframes look more corrective to me. At least short-term coming back down to like 136 or so. Fair enough. I think I'll leave it right there, man. All right, my voice is sufficiently wrecked. It's been an absolute pleasure, though. It's been a nice little fun Wednesday over here. Bitcoin, what are you doing? Where are you? 63,350. Not bad. Might even be another higher low right there. Not bad indeed. Probably move that invalidation up to 62,800 now instead of 62,400, although it might be better to err on the side of caution here. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friends. I'll be back on tomorrow doing the same thing, same time, same place. I'm actually going to do an interview a little bit later today with the very powerful Fibonacci. And Elsa is not waving in the background. She's also not... Nope, I can barely see her right there. Hey, get those fucking hands out! See them! There they are. All right, with that said, take care, everyone, and hopefully see you very soon.
Christmas dildos moving up and down. They'll call him Crypto Krown. You've got to TA to be free. Learn how to surf in the deep red sea. Trend lines, average values, RSI. Lift ocean coins to the sky. From distributor into XRP. Oh, bear Jesus, set us free. Crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final countdown. Open has the mastermind. Dive into crypto cave and let's go for a ride. The whales are coming very soon, very soon. Up to the moon in the afternoon. Crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final countdown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better